improve something.
Here we go. That's right.
But is that too harsh, that light?
No, it's fine.
Because I'm thinking you'd be better off without
No.
that.
Looking back in your life, don't you want to say I did the right thing? I would like to inform you all on the importance of recycling. With the surge in population and dependency of natural resources at an all-time high, it is critical to conserve what we can. The positives from compost and recycling aluminum, paper, plastic, and electronics far outweigh the negatives. Recycling in this era is very critical to the future generations. By sorting through your waste and properly disposing of major resources, our world can save energy, gain jobs, and have a healthier and cleaner environment to live in. One of the reasons recycling has become widely encouraged is from pollution occurring in the world. Pollution is the presence in or introduction into the environment of a substance or thing that has harmful or poisonous effects. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 8 deaths globally from air pollution occur, making it the largest single environmental health risk. Landfills are a major contributor to pollution. Barriers of landfills will break down and leak into and contaminate groundwater. 82% of landfills have reported leaks, with 41% having leaks larger than 1 square foot. Additionally, incineration or burning of waste leads to pollution from toxic compounds like mercury, nitrous oxide, and CO2. These waste incinerators create more CO2 than coal, oil, or natural gas plants. With these problems require solutions like recycling and compost. Recycling, reuse, and composting create 6 to 10 times as many jobs as waste incineration and landfills. However, with food contributing to 13% of waste and only 2.5% composted, efforts need to be increased. According to NOGI, certain areas have made changes in the right direction. Various places in Pittsburgh, San Diego, Seattle, and New York have enacted their own mandatory recycling laws. Also, 0% of GPC students interviewed thought recycling should be required. However, on debate.org, 81% of voters were for recycling being mandatory. By nationally requiring recycling, more materials would be reused and conserved and would help to continue to reduce emissions. The positives, cheaper, cleaner, better for environment, promotes jobs, outweigh the few negatives. Aluminum is a resource needed to be recycled. 48.2% of cans and 7 million tons of metal overall are recycled each year. This eliminates 25 million metric tons, which is equal to 4.5 million cars off the road. Aluminum is an easier resource to recycle. 20 cans can be recycled with the same energy produced with 1. Additionally, aluminum can be recycled without losing quality. In a larger scale, to give you an idea, if we recycled all of our aluminum cans for 1 year, we could save enough energy to light Washington, D.C. for 3.7 years. Lastly, recycled aluminum can be back on the shelf in 60 days. These reasons, along with its decrease in water pollution, make aluminum a resource that should be mandatory to recycle. Another resource that should be recycled is paper. Clean Air states since 1960, the rate of office paper recycling has had more than quadrupled. For example, 1 ton of paper recycled by an office saves 17 trees and half the water needed to produce it. Additionally, recycling saves the energy equivalent to 185 gallons. Fortunately, 63% of paper, an all-time high, was recycled in 2009. However, Americans still throw away enough paper and plastic cups, forks, and spoons to circle the equator 300 times. Seattle, Washington, Portland, and others have made positive efforts and banned styrofoam foodware. Also, Laguna Beach and Santa Monica have banned all polystyrene. These movements are necessary for starting a major revolution in how we should dispose of our resources. Plastic is another resource we should be accounted for. 35 billion bottles are thrown away each year by the U.S., while 500 billion plastic bags are used worldwide. These massive quantities have begun to affect over 250 species of animals from consumption or entanglement. If that is not enough, the use of plastic has an economic risk of $7 trillion a year from pollution that results. Plastic qualities are a major concern because as it eventually breaks down, it contaminates the water and soil in which it breaks down in. Lastly, electronics is another important area of recycling. Only 10% of 143 million cell phones were recycled in 2007. If all were recycled, 18,500 homes could be powered for the energy saved. Another example comes from clean air. Recycling 1 million cell phones allows for 35,000 pounds of copper, 700 pounds of silver, 75 pounds of gold, and 33 pounds of palladium to be recovered. With statistics like these, it is evident the impact a society can make by taking the time to recycle. All in all, pollution and waste and recycling are very real topics. Their similarities include the resources they involve and their time to be addressed, which is now. Recycling paper, metals, compost, and other valuable resources is essential and needs to be taken seriously. I hope to say we did everything in our ability for our future generations. With that, I challenge you all to simply set aside a couple bins and a few extra dollars to save your grandkids the burden we could take care of ourselves. Thank you.